God's people have always been described as keeping His commandments. Revelation 14:12, the verse that concludes the three angels' messages, says, "Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of God and the faith of Jesus." God's last day people will be those who keep His 10 commandments. They will not be those who make excuses about why the law has been abolished, about why the Sabbath has been abolished. They are those who keep His commandments, all 10. The patience of the saints is made up of keeping the commandments of God and having the faith of Jesus. Why? Because you cannot keep the commandments of God without the faith of Jesus. Many people claim that we can't keep the law of God, and that's hogwash. By yourself, you can't keep the law, but with Jesus, you can keep it perfectly. The first angel's message introduces the three angels' messages as being the everlasting gospel, and the first thing it says is fear God. And when you look up that phrase, fear God, it's nearly always connected with obeying God's commandments. So obedience to the 10 commandments is part of the gospel, and anybody who tells you the law has been abolished is preaching a false gospel, automatically. The second angel says that Babylon is fallen. Babylon, if you've watched my prophecy videos, is primarily the Roman Catholic papacy, but it encompasses all of false religion. Why are they fallen? Because they make claims like the law of God has been abolished. They claim that the 10 commandments are gone, they claim that the Sabbath is gone, and many other things. Now the third angel's message is a comparison. The Bible is comparing two groups: those who accept the mark of the beast. Watch my Antichrist Mark of the Beast playlist to see what the mark of the beast is, and it contrasts it with those who keep the commandments of God. The mark of the beast is when the governments of the world will enforce Sunday sacredness by law, which is why the Bible contrasts those who accept the mark of the beast with those who keep the commandments of God. The seal of God is the Sabbath, because it contains His name, His title, His territory. It's the only one of the 10 commandments that shows that God is the creator and our sanctifier, and yet it's the only one that Christians like to claim is abolished. Here again, the Bible describes God's people as those who keep the commandments of God and have the testimony of Jesus. Now at the end of Revelation 6, the Bible describes the second coming and the wicked asking a question: who will be able to stand the wrath of the Lamb? Then the Bible answers its own question and says those who are sealed by God in their foreheads. This same group are described as having the Father's name in their foreheads. His name is His character, which is His law. God's Sabbath is His seal. Because here very soon we're all going to have to choose. Are we going to obey man and keep Sunday? Or are we going to walk as Jesus walked and keep the true seventh-day Sabbath?